And Steve Jobs convinces Steve Wozniak to start a company, and Wozniak was like, fine, I guess this is fun and we can start this. And they start the company, and they think names for their brand, and they come up with the name Apple. And they make these computers which are like somewhat okay, but they look really ugly. They are, but they are, and the computers have few issues. They are like, they have overheating and stuff. The computers overheat and stuff. And they were still able to sell a decent number of them. They were like, yeah, it was an okay product for them. And they realized that they're not alone anymore. There are other competitors for them in the market who are competing with their computers, and the other computers who are competing with them are actually way better looking than Apple one. And a lot of things happens, and also when Steve was making all of these things, Steve realizes that he can't really run a company and do all of this at the same time. He needs people to help him with. So he was like, I need a publicity guy first of all. And so he finds this guy named Rejis Mckenna somehow. They're like, and she was like, I need this guy. I want him to make ads for me. And it's hard for him to get to Rejis Mckenna because Rejis doesn't want to work with two hippie kids making computers in their parents' garage. But Steve finds a way. And eventually Steve makes Rejis work for them. He's like, they make a deal and everything, and Rejis helps him and gets him a few connections, and Steve makes Apple II. Like, Steve makes Apple II, and just because of how smart he was with publicity and everything, and the connection, all of the new connections he has, people somewhat know about him. And when Apple II releases, it was just awesome. People love Apple. They sell millions of units for an Apple II. And now that people know about them, they sold millions of units of Apple II. They're now starting to turn into an actual company. They move out of their parents' garage. They get an office, and everything's fine. But Steve was like, I want something of my own. I do not like. Okay, fine. The reason he says that he wants to make something of his own was because Apple II was Steve Wozniak's invention. Yeah, Steve Jobs helped a little bit, but mostly it was made by Steve Wozniak. So Steve wanted something that he could make of his own. So he starts a project named Lisa, which is weird because Lisa is basically his daughter, but at that time she was saying that she was denying that she's her daughter and everything, and they had this whole drama, and he denied to accept Lisa as her daughter, but then goes back to his company and starts this project named Lisa. And